Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. This reading is for anyone who could use these messages at this point in time. Any zodiac sign, all signs. I'm going to be taking a look at your soul connection in the 5D for those of you who are specifically in separation. Maybe you haven't seen this person in a very long time. There maybe has been no contact, no communication. Or for some of you, this could have been a recent breakup. At the end of the day, it's somebody that you're not with, but you still have so much love for them in your heart space. And we're going to take a look and see what would the energies be like in the 5D. So it is general as always. Please keep that in mind when you're listening to the messages and take from it what personally makes sense for you and always release what doesn't. So let's begin, guys. Let's see. I'm going to start with this deck, the Pining Rose Love Oracle by Calico Moon. So focusing on 5D energies for two hearts in separation right now. It doesn't matter how long it's been. Let's see. What is that energy looking like here? We have so close. So maybe this person is really missing those times when you were close and intimate, and not just necessarily sexually, but just someone who really enjoys your presence in their life. They miss that. You know, they miss being able to have these experiences and that closeness with you in the 3D. Look at this. Be mine. They still want you. And if you've ever questioned that, of course, for those of you who've been apart a very long time, maybe you're thinking they've moved on, they've forgotten about you, you're not even a part of their energies. That's not true. It's coming through here that you very much are. We have unspoken feelings also coming through. So I feel in the 3D, there perhaps are more conversations that need to happen. And maybe in the 5D, that's where they feel the need to really express themselves fully. These next two cards, painting a particular energy here. Trust as far as hurt. So there could have been trust issues between the two of you, and they're acknowledging that here. Okay, maybe this is something that they are healing from, acknowledging it, okay, no longer sweeping it under the rug. And then we've got this insomnia card. So this is somebody I feel who's constantly thinking about you. You are always a part of their thoughts. They can't get any sleep. Maybe they're dreaming about you as well. You could also be dreaming of this person, and that's where you guys are connecting in that 5D world. All right, so let's take a look and see what the tarot can bring forward. I'm going to pull from my volume 2, the Illuminated Star Tarot deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for all signs, all zodiacs, your soul connection in the 5D, loves and separation, two hearts in separation. They still want you. There's a lot they want to say. They know that they hurt you. We do have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So right now, they perhaps feel like they've missed a chance to be with you, and the only way they can be with you per se to experience this closeness is in the 5D. So they're just not feeling very stable at the moment. Let's see what else here. Because in the upright, that represents manifestation. Yeah, look at that, 3 of Swords. So they hurt you. We see that here, the trust issues, because this can represent third-party situations. This is heartbreak right here, sorrow. I mean, look at the energy. So maybe they're thinking in the 3D, how could you possibly still want them? And so maybe a part of their 5D energies is that they're fantasizing about still being with you, telling you here, please be mine. Because in the 3D, maybe they just can't seem to be able to even express or say those words, because maybe they're thinking you're never going to say yes or even agree to it. Knight of Swords. So we've got swords popping up here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a person who is an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maybe you guys are both air. We've got earth signs coming through here as well, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So the Knight of Swords. This is somebody who's really into intellectual conversations, intellectual stimulation, that sort of thing. but they're really not looking to commit. And this is also something that they are, I feel, acknowledging in the 5D. There's a lot of acknowledgement I'm picking up off of your person that they could not fess up to, I feel, in the 3D. Maybe they were embarrassed or their ego got in the way. And they know here with this Justice card that they're going to have to face the truth in order to restore the trust in the partnership, balance. Okay, it's all about restoring the balance. They need clarity, and perhaps in the 5D is where they can finally tap into that type of energy. We do have the Page of Cups coming through. Justice representing Libra specifically. We do have the Page of Cups. So cups could be water signs for some of you guys. Okay, so we're looking at Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've got all sorts of signs popping up here, and this is for all signs, all zodiac. So, you know, take whatever part of the messages, as always, as I've mentioned, whatever makes sense for you. So this can be somebody, I feel there's something going on with this person where they still love you, despite the pain that they've put you through. Clearly, they're still thinking about you. They're losing sleep over this. This can sometimes be indicative of good news and an unexpected communication or surprise from somebody. So if you haven't heard from them in a very long time, as I've mentioned, you might pick up off of this person's energies and vibes in the 5D. Maybe you guys see each other in the dream world, you know, where you guys are able to have this conversation that you are unable to have in real life, you know? They want this new beginning. That Ace of Swords, it's about clarity once again. Justice and Ace of Swords, tapping into the need for clarity and a new beginning. And they recognize, because of what happened in the past, due to infidelities and trust issues, that they need to cut that type of behavior out. And so they're more than likely going to be using that sword to be able to do that, to have a new beginning with you, if that's something that you're open to, of course. We do have the Ten of Pentacles right here. So they definitely want to restore stability in the partnership. And remember, with that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, that's instability right there. Whether it's tied into their finances, maybe they weren't working before and they couldn't provide financially, or they could have just been living paycheck to paycheck. This is somebody in the past who was not successful in other parts of their life, certainly not when it came to their job or their career and particular endeavors of that nature. But Ten of Pentacles in love and romance is actually a really positive energy, in that they are focused more so on restoring the happiness and the security that they can bring in towards this connection. You know, so it's almost like an introduction in the 5D of what it is that they would want to bring in into the 3D world. We've got the Lovers card right here. So Gemini coming through specifically. They know in their heart of hearts that they need to make better choices, because the choices that they had made in the past clearly were not good ones. You know, Three of Swords, they hurt you, and that is coming through right here. I mean, look at that energy. You know, it definitely shattered your heart. It broke you. It really hurt you when this person betrayed your trust, and infidelities, love triangles, third parties, secrets, lies, however way that unfolded between you and this person. Yeah, they were juggling you and someone else, multiple people. So it makes sense for me that we've got the Justice card right here, because this person at one point in time, they just were not making good decisions, and those decisions brought the relationship into this very unstable, unbalanced type connection. And so if this is what you guys experienced in the 3D with that Tower, they are working on themselves, I feel, in the 5D so that you guys can avoid this. And perhaps they're also recognizing that, and they understand why you've got your boundaries up, why you're guarded when it comes to them. This was a very difficult journey between you and this person, but they they made it that way, you know, and it could have totally been avoided, but clearly they were entertaining way too many options when it came to love and romance. Fantasizing about others, tempted by other people outside of the connection. Okay, so let's add to this. That's the starting message for this reading here. Let's dig a little bit deeper and see what else is going on in the 5D. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the Arrows of Love Oracle. This is by Mystic Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages right now. Maybe you're just randomly coming across this reading and you're missing your person. Haven't seen them in a long time, but you still feel their energies. They're still very much a part of your heart. And maybe you're wondering, God, do they even still think about me? Am I even a part of their heart, their memories? And from what we've seen, you are. Okay? So 2 hearts in separation. Leather, lust bound. Okay, so I mean, clearly, I'm feeling, Divine Feminine, that this could be specifically for you. You're masculine, clearly very attracted to you still. They could also be fantasizing about you, certainly sexually in the 5D. Love potential, I love that. Okay, so they're still really wanting things to grow and to bloom in this love connection. Look at this, erotic activation. I'm telling you, there's something about the sexual chemistry that they are still feeling. And part of that chemistry is coming through in the 5D and how they fantasize about you, how they dream about you, the sexual energy, the sexual chemistry and tension that they're feeling in the 5D. And I feel when they open their eyes and they're wide awake, they still feel it. We've got messenger, tweet, tweet. So what they cannot say to you in the 3D, they are more than likely expressing themselves in the 5D. So maybe pay attention to your dreams, what is coming through at this point in time. You might want to maybe have a dream journal next to you if you don't already do that, and just jot down whatever things come to mind when you wake up when it comes to your person, because you might ultimately find some sort of pattern that you are noticing as far as the communication that's coming in. You never know. Trials of love, lessons. So they're telling you here that they have worked on learning whatever lessons were attached to this whole experience, however difficult and painful it was in the 3D. Let's grab one more card from here. One more card, please. Angels and spirit guides for soul connections in the 5D. We have violets are blue. Loyalty, yes. They need to work on that. Okay, we clearly have seen trust issues that were a problem, third parties and infidelities that hurt you. And they cannot be in that same type of vibe. They have to switch things up. They need to change and come towards you correct. And I feel they're working on that. Okay, so let's add to this. Let's add to this. I'm going to pull from my Tabby Tarot teacher here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for soul connections in the 5D. 2 hearts in separation. No contact, no communication. In the 3D, that is. There's a lot of communication going on in the 5D. Fantasies. That's for sure. They think about you. They think about you. Page of Cups. Okay? So, did we not? Yes, we did. We already ended up getting the Page of Cups earlier. So we have a masculine here, I'm feeling, who wants to communicate, wanting to reach out to you, Divine Feminine. You don't see it coming, perhaps, but maybe eventually they'll be able to take it out of the 5D and bring it into the 3D, where you might receive a text, a phone call, and lately, you know, there's so much interaction on social media, maybe they might suddenly reach out to you that way. Because I feel for the masculine, You're like this dream lover, you know, you're unlike anyone else that they have ever connected with or met, but they needed to learn these lessons in order to realize that. That's what I am feeling from that, because you guys had a tower moment. They didn't realize those things until after everything fell apart. Everything just blew up, I feel. It was like a bomb that went off. Let's see what else here. Soul connections in the 5D, angels and spirit guides, please. Two of Wands is coming through. Okay, so there are messages here that are presenting itself in a particular way because they know that in order to be a part of your life, in order to be a part of your future, they're going to have to make better choices, better decisions. And there's this very restless vibe with that Two of Wands. They're feeling restless perhaps because they want this to happen already. But right now, the only place that it can happen is in the 5D realm. And they are recognizing perhaps that, you know, part of the reason why this is the only way or only form of communication right now is because you had to walk away from them. They were not in a position to offer you what it was that you needed from them. And this could also be their form of escapism, you know, to escape into the 5D, to simply dream about you, because the 3D could just be presenting them with very painful memories or feeling lonely and empty because you're not there. But there is hope. In the 5D, they feel that hope that you guys can reconnect, that you guys can someday maybe patch things up so that you guys can talk things through, that this is a wish that could still manifest itself outside of the 5D world. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarian here. We've got water signs coming through. We've got fire signs. I feel all signs are represented pretty much in this reading here. Part of the lessons that they needed to work through, and some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces, or that could be you, is the fact that I love how it's lining up this way, trials of love lessons, because the moon can sometimes be deceptive. The secrets and the lies that they told you that contributed to that tower, that contributed to a broken heart, that contributed to all the pain that they put you through. You know, so no wonder with that Nine of Wands you're feeling guarded, and they recognize this because the loyalty was lacking. The Seven of Cups again, you know, way too many choices that they made that were wrong choices, fantasizing about other people outside of the connection, you know, having way too many options and choices, and maybe they treated you like an option in the 3D, but in the 5D they are recognizing that that's not going to work. You know, and that's where these lessons come into play. The Ace of Swords, look at that. Okay, so there's a reason why we've got that coming through again, because they needed that clarity, and perhaps the only clarity that they've been able to tap into is in the 5D, is in their dreams. Because maybe it's too difficult for them to face things in the 3D. Past behaviors, heartbreak, and all of the actions that they had taken that brought that tower down, they know that they're going to have to cut that out. It cannot be a part of the future, you know? So it makes sense for me here that we've got the Death card, because this is the end of a cycle when it comes to how things played out in the past. It's like a chapter of your love story that came to an end. That door is closed. And maybe you're in possession of that key. You had to lock it and throw that key away, because that's not something that you're wanting to revisit with this person. Not that part of it anyway. But the Death card is about a metamorphosis, right? A transition, transformation. Things are changing for the better, because you're perhaps being offered a new start, a new beginning when it comes to this person, when it comes to this connection. So maybe it's not over, and it's going to eventually present itself perhaps in the 3D once this person is able to take that necessary action in the 3D world. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm just guided to grab some dialogue here, but I don't know what deck I want to use. Okay, I'm going to focus on my Heart Space Oracle here. So when it comes to the 5D conversation between you and your person, what does that look like? And some of these messages could be coming from you. Even though you love them, you've clearly been hurt by them. So maybe you've got some very hurtful emotions that you need to get out, okay? So this is just allowing you both to have an outlet to be able to express yourselves here. So soul connections in the 5D. What is it that you guys need to express and get things off your chest? 2 hearts and separation. What is it you guys need to say to one another? Angels and spirit guides, please, for whoever needs these messages. The moment I saw you, my life was changed forever. The love I feel for you is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love that can never be replaced or replicated. The reality of things is they did try to replace it and replicate it, and they could not. And that is simply a lesson that they needed to learn. Kiss me. Okay, there's something about the intimacy that they miss. They think about that. And again, through their fantasies, they're experiencing those things in the 5D. But they want to be able to experience those things again in the 3D. What else, please, angels and spirit guides? I'm yours, okay? They're yours if you still want them, okay? They're telling you here they still love you. Maybe you really needed to know that. You drive me wild. So clearly, the fantasies, the sexual chemistry, that's still there. In the end, all that matters is that for one moment in time, all was right with the world because I had you in my life. So this is focused on your person really thinking about the memories, the times that you guys have shared, when everything seemed to be going well in their life, in the relationship, because you were a part of it. But because of that tower, maybe they didn't realize this until after the fact. There's something about kisses coming through. Your kiss is the only kiss my lips will ever yearn for. I long to taste you once again. There you go. Wow. Okay, and one last message. No one has ever made me feel the way you do. It doesn't matter who came before you, because no one will ever come after you. So in a way, they're telling you here that even though they've made mistakes, clearly they've made mistakes, they are telling you here that they still love you. And no one, really, no one has ever even come close to making them feel the way you do. And they're telling you no one's ever going to come after you. You know, and that doesn't mean they're not going to get into other relationships if you guys don't ever see each other again or reconnect. But they're telling you here that any other relationship that they get into after the two of you won't even come close to comparison in the intensity and the chemistry. So that is what's presenting itself here, what it is that they are sharing with you in the 5D. And maybe this is something that you're able to relate to for yourself and what's been in your heart and what you needed to get off your chest when it comes to your person that you are in separation from. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. Hopefully there are parts of this reading that can at least offer your heart space some healing or closure if you need it. But I'm hoping that this can uplift you, because there might be the possibility that you guys can reconnect someday down the line in the 3D. Okay, so grab that dream journal if you don't have one already. There might be particular messages that jump out at you. It might surprise you what comes through there. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, however, all that information is down below in the description box. And just a reminder, guys, that there is a free reading giveaway post that is in my community tab. So if you haven't already checked that out, definitely do that, because I'm accepting submissions right now and all of the contest rules are there. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you so very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.